Hello, our most developed student. My name is Confident and welcome to our 24-minute lesson. This is the ultimate guide in maths, science, career guidance, as well as a sneak peek in my personal experiences. This is a channel that is designed with you in mind. Let us dive into today's lesson. In this revision session, I just want to quickly cover what you might expect in your final exam as you guys are preparing for your term 1 work, but this is also very relevant if you're preparing either for your term 1, for your June exams, even for your November exams. But as a foundation, I'm preparing you for term 1 work. So look at the revision here that I prepared, and I pulled out one of the question papers and edited it a bit. But this is something that can become very handy for you, and if you want more of our videos and everything, you can find information here as we do online lessons as well as some boot camps where we bring students together at a place and we prepare them for their final exams. So as I said, if you want more information, visit in www.24minute.co.za. So let's look at question number 1. It says here, factorize the following expressions fully. So I'm just going to be giving quick answers. I'm not going to dwell much on questions as such, but I'm just going to be showing you how you could be attempting this. First one, it's not difficult. It says factorize fully, and then what you have x squared plus x minus 42, right? So from here, you're looking at what? Since there is a 1 there, which makes everything much better, you are looking at the factors of what? Factors of 42. So you want two numbers that you multiply to get 42. What are those numbers? It's let me just give it a bit of space here, and we take it there. So those two numbers that you can multiply, it's 1 times 42. That's the first one. And then you've got 2 times what? 21. So we are dividing 2 into 21. We've got 3 times 42, and 3 gives you what? I think it's 9, it's 10, it's 11. Let me see. It's 1, 3, it's 13. If I'm not mistaken, not really 13. No. It's 1, 4. It's 14. Yes. 3 times 14 will give you that, and then the next one is 4 will not do, 5 will not do, 6 times 7 will do, and then 7 times 6. So the moment I repeat the number, it means this is the end, so you end there. So the factors finish on 6 times 7. Now look at this. We are looking for two numbers. When we multiply, we must get a negative. When we multiply them, we want to get that. So it's not only 42, you want to get a minus 42. And then the decider is when you add them. When you add them, this is when you are adding your sum. You must get a 1. So now look at this. When you multiply these two numbers, you must get 42, and when you add them, so this we call it the sum when you add those two numbers, and this we call it the product when you multiply those two numbers. So when you multiply, so we said 1 times 42, 2 times 21, 3 times 14, 6 times 7. So we are all multiplying them. But what is going to give you the answer is when you add them. So this cannot give me a 1. This can't give me a 1. This can't give me 1. But I can get a 1 here. Now I need a positive 1, which means positive is the bigger number is positive and the other number is negative. Why? If I take a calculator quickly and I say, look at this, minus 6 plus 7, I'm adding those two numbers to get my sum, which is equal to plus 1. But if I multiply these two numbers times, it's minus 6 times positive 7 equal to minus 42. Do you see that they meet that condition? So now that I know that my number is that, I just put x and I put x here. Or without that, you just do this, because this is already factorized. You know that those are the numbers. You just open your bracket here, right? And then you've got your x and you've got your x, and you see the numbers are 6 and 7. 6 and 7, and you saw the signs. 6 is negative, 7 is positive, and then you factorize, you get your 2 marks. So this is factorizing fully. So that is the first part there. Let's continue. That was 2 marks. Let's look at the next one. The next one is 4 marks. How can you get these 4 marks? I don't know why they made it 4. It means there's a little bit of working which you needed to do there, which is 1.1.2. That's what I'm looking at now. It's 2a squared. Let me use this one. So you've got 2ab squared minus b cubed plus b squared minus 2ab. Look at this. Now, if they're giving me 4 terms, you see, I've got 4 terms here. Chances are I'm gonna factorize by grouping, whereby check your first 2 and check your last 2. That's the first thing that you need just to check. Is there anything common there? So if I look at my first 2, I can see that b is common, but not only b, it's b squared. You see? So you're looking at b, but the smallest power there is b to the power of 2. It's common. So what will remain is more like I'm cancelling and cancelling. 2a is remaining, and here I'm cancelling, only 1 will remain. That is what is going to be in the brackets. Okay, so you'll have 2a minus b. Remember, you must see this in your mind. Say, when I take this and take this, it must take me back to that, which is b squared times 2a is 2ab squared. B squared times b is b cubed. So always, those are the things that you keep checking while you're working. And then what's common in the next one? It's plus b. B is common here. B squared and b, you take the smaller power, which is 1. So b into b squared, it's b minus b into negative 2ab is minus 2a. Now this is very interesting. I need you to pay close attention now. Look at what is in the brackets. In the bracket, I've got 2a minus b, which is fine. 2a is positive, you see. But in the other one, I've got the negative 2a and the positive b, which means the signs are interchanging in the second bracket. But we need to make this bracket match. They must match, guys. So how do you match them? You can only match them by what I call, you take out a what from here. I will say this to say take out a negative. So you take out a negative. So when you're taking out a negative, what does it become? Look what it's going to have. You're going to say equal to b squared 2a minus b. Now, since I've taken out a negative, it just interchanges the sign. Since this was positive, it will now become negative b. Since b was positive, now become negative b minus 2a become positive 2a. See that? That's why maybe they made it all these marks. So now b squared, I've got 2a minus b, and then minus b. If I rewrite this now, it's 2a minus b. See that? This is now what I wanted to achieve. So I can write now my bracket as 2a minus b, and then b squared, see that, minus b. But now this somehow is not done. I could actually, if you can look at this from the word go, but though we didn't pick it up yet, you can see that b was already common in everything. We should have taken out b. And then our answer, if we're taking out b, we're going to have something like this. If I'm taking out b already here, I was going to have b outside, then I will have 2ab minus b squared plus b minus 2a. So I was supposed to be factorizing whatever is inside, but still not a transmesh. You can see that b is common here and b is common here. So when you factorize b, you are more like having this equal to 2a minus b, right? Let me just erase this so that I can show you what I want to achieve. And then I'm going to take out b, see b is common, and then I'm gonna have what? B into b squared is b minus 1. See that? But we don't write it like that. What we usually do is we come and take this b here, put it in front here, and take this guy here, put it close. So the answer becomes like this. So b bracket 2a minus b, b minus 1. That's why they made it what? They made it 4 marks. Alright, so that is that. Not really difficult. You just need to know a few things. Don't panic. You don't need to panic now. When you see something like that, take your time, work it with the concept of I am factorizing, and one step will lead to the next step, which will lead to the next step. So you don't need to panic and you press your panic buttons, and all of a sudden you are just stressed to say I don't even know what to do. But work it one step at a time. There is the next one. Again, 2 marks. Not really very complicated, but you just need to ask yourself why. So when they give you two things, chances are with a negative sign, difference of 2 squares. Look at this. 3 minus 27 over x squared. See, they're giving me x squared for what reason? They're giving me two terms. For what reason? They're giving me a negative on top of that. So as I say, some of these things you can just pick up what the examiner is trying to do. So this is written like this. So look at it. What you needed there to see hidden was these two guys, 3 and what? And 27. What is common? Is 3. 3 is common there. So 3 into 3 is 1 minus 3 into 27. It's 9 over x squared. Guess what? There is the difference of 2 squares, which is equal to 3. Now 1 minus what is 9? Remember, 9 is 3 squared over x squared. See that this was a difference of 2 squares, what I'm talking about. Then equal to, then 3, then you open your what? Your 2 brackets. It mustn't stress you now. You, in a way, picture, since this is the difference of 2 squares, in what sense? Look, there is a square there. So it's 1 can be 1 squared. I mean 1 times 1 is 1. So now what though I'm trying to say is picture this one not there, picture that not there, and picture that not there. What I've seen, that's what you write in the first bracket. 1 minus 3 over x. You write the second bracket but with a plus 3 over x. Of course, you need to bring back that squared, otherwise everything will be wrong if you forget about it. So guys, this becomes a solution. Difficult? Not really, but you need to just to give yourself a bit of time and as I say, more practice. Don't panic, don't press the panic button. You're in an exam, I know, but don't press the panic button. There is another one. Simplify the following completely. See, they like such completely. If you mess it up, they will penalize you 2 marks. There's the other one. What am I having here? They are saying I've got 4a squared minus 2ab plus b squared, and then after that they have 2a plus b. They want me to simplify, and guess what? They want me to open up this bracket, but they're confusing you. You know what? You are not used to having 3 brackets going into 2 brackets. You are used to things rearranged like this, whereby you will have 2ab, I mean 2a plus b, what? Multiplying. So you rewrite this thing. They're just trying to confuse you there. You see? Plus b squared. So you bring it to the way you want. Then what do you do from here? That's where you say 2a times that, 2a times that, and 2a times that. That's the first part. The second part is the b now. Positive b times that, the b times that, and the b times that. Guys, that's what is happening there. So now 2a times 4a squared. 2 times 4, first is what? It's 8. A times a squared is a to the power of 3. Just be careful, do it one step at a time. Don't look at it as a whole. Just focus on 2 opening up and B opening up. So 2a times 4, 4a squared. So 2 times 2 is 8. A times a, that. Again, 2a times negative ab. So 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. A times a is a squared with a b. 2a times b squared is plus 2ab squared. I'm opening. Now I'm done. I go to b. B times 4a squared is plus 4a squared b. B times minus 2ab is minus 2ab squared. And then b times b is plus b to the power of 3. Are you with me? That is equal to. And then collect your like terms. Look at your like terms. Look for what makes you say these things is similar is the letters. There is a cubed. Anything similar? Nothing. So there's nothing common there with the a cubed. I leave it like that. It will stay as 8a cubed. Don't say it's similar with b cubed. I mean, a and b are not the same. If a stands for apples and b stands for bananas, they are not the same. In as much as you can argue that they are fruits, but they are different fruits. So leave it as is. A cubed is remaining as a cubed. But look at this. Look at this. A squared b. I'm focusing on that. Look, a squared b. But now this is same. So a squared b, but it's minus 4a squared b plus 4a squared b. Guess what? Cancelled. Again, 2ab squared. Look at this one. Look at this one. Look at this one. Look at this one. 2ab squared minus 2ab squared. Guess what? Cancelled. What is the answer? The answer there is simpler. This 8 plus b cubed. It's a cube. I did not recognize that. I missed it, but this was a cube. Can you believe it? This was a cube. Alright? But that's the that's why they say simplify as far as possible. So this is that. Next question, you can't do anything from here. That's the end. So let's take it off. Now what is my next question now? It says, again, we're still simplifying completely. We are looking at a to the power of 12, blah 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 blah. How many marks? 3 marks. So let's write this thing down. Now in 1.2.2 says 8x to the power of 12, and then this is to the power negative 1 over 3, and then times 2x to the power of negative 4 minus x to the power of negative 8. Right? And then when you work onto that, the first thing that I want you to be conscious of is this particular 8. Remember what is 8? It's 2 to the power of 3. See that? And then still in brackets, and then you've got x to the power of 12, and then you've got negative as an exponent, don't forget, and then it's times 2 to the power of x minus 4 as a power, and minus x to the power negative 8. Don't forget, these are exponents, so you need to put them in the right way as an exponent. You see the way I'm trying to be conscious there. Now don't forget what is happening to this negative 1 over 3. It goes there and multiply each item. Are you with me? So now when you'll be having 2 to the power of 3 times negative 1 over 3 as exponents, please, on top of that 2. And then again you've got x to the power of 12 times negative 1 over 3 again. See where I'm writing it is on top, times, then here you've got 2 to the power of 1, just to be careful there is a power 1, x to the power negative 4 minus x to the power negative 8 as an exponent. Now when you cancel there, you've got 2 to the power negative 1, x to the power 3 into 12, it's 4. It's x to the power negative 4. Just be careful of the signs there. Times 2 to the power 1, x to the power negative 4 minus x to the power negative 8. You see that? Then when you simplify it further, now you're using the first rule. When the bases are the same, you add the exponent. So here, look at that 2. I can say 2 to the power minus 1 plus 1. See, I'm adding because 2 is the base, and then again I've got x. Now it's minus 4. See that one? I've got that, and then I've got that. It's all multiplying. Minus 4 plus minus 4, then it's minus x to the power negative 8. I cannot apply the law here because it's just on minus, it's not multiplying. Then from there, I will have here 2 to the power minus 1 plus 1 is 2 to the power of 0. Now x to the power of minus 4 is minus 8, and then minus x to the power negative 8. Right? And then from there, you know 2 to the power of 0, any number to the power of 0 is 1. So this is same as 1x to the power negative 8 minus, you can still put a 1 there because there is an invisible 1 there, x to the power negative 8. So it's subtracting, and this is simply equal to 0. You know, if I can put my equal signs here, I mean it's x to the power negative 8 minus x to the power negative 8, and the answer there becomes a 0. You could have actually tested this thing. I can show you what to do also in an exam, just to see if you're doing it right. You can test and say, let my x be equal to, let's choose number 5. Where there is x, you are going to put 5. So if you take a calculator here and you say 8x, remember it's times 5 to the exponent 12, because we said let x be equal to 5. You choose any value of x to the power, and then negative, we have got 1 over 3 there, and then after that I have got times 2 times again 5 to the exponent negative 4, right? And then I've got minus x, which is 5 to the exponent negative 8. You just do that, say equal to, see if in your calculator tells you that whatever value of x you put, you will get a 0. Then that makes this thing, the answer that you got here, it makes it correct. So just this is what I wanted to show you here. So it's not something difficult here. Moving on, look at this. 3 marks, we're done. Next 3 marks, simplify completely the following. Let's simplify. This one is also very important. I want to pay attention to this. It's 7 what? 2n plus what? Plus 2 minus 3 dot 7 2n plus 1 over 49 n dot 4. So now when you see the negative there, I'm just gonna do this. When you see that negative and you've got an exponent this side and an exponent this side, you're going to factorize. Somehow it requires you to factorize. When you see those with a negative or a positive, it can be a positive. So now let's do this. What do you mean by factorizing? There is a rule. There's a rule I'm going to use. If I give you a to the power of m times a to the power of n, we say it is what? It's a to the power of m plus n. When you multiply, you add. But now let me write this formula or this law the other way around. If you say a to the power of m plus n, do you agree with me that this is a to the power of m times a to the power of n? Remember, if I'm adding, I multiply. Remember, same pace, same pace. This is called what I don't know whether it's called that, but it's splitting it apart. So I'm going to use the same rule here, whereby that 7, for example, if you say 7 to n plus 2, what will it become? It will become 7 to the exponent 2n times 7 to the exponent 2. You see what I'm trying to arrive at? So that's what I'm going to do on each and every one there. It's 7 to n times 7 to the power 2 minus 3 times or dot 7 to n times 7 to the power 1 over, you know what is 49. 49 is 7 squared. So it's 7 to the power of 2. Let me already show you this side so that I don't waste some time. So 49n is same as saying 7 squared bracket n, which is equal to 7n times 2, it's 2n. So here we must recognize that this is simple. 49 is 7 to the power 2n times, or dot, 4 is what? Is 2 squared. Always convert things that looks like that. Why are they giving me 4? Let me convert it. Then there is our part of factorization. Look, I was telling you about 7 to n, and a negative sign. Means you're going to what? Factorize. Just know that. So let's take out 7 to the power 2n. That is how it cancels out. So when this goes, and so remember, you are saying this into that, you are left with that, and then this into that, you are left with this. Are you seeing that? That's what you are saying. You are cancelling out things when you are dividing. So here you'll be left with 7 squared minus 3 times 7. 3 and 7 are remaining at the top, over 7 to n times 2 squared. Let's continue. See now how the part I was telling you. This is how this goes. So you cancel out the 7 to the power 2n there. So what you are left with is equal to 7. Now let me just take it back. 7 squared is simple 49 minus 7 times 3 is 21 over 2 times 2 is 4. This can simplify that. 49 minus 21. I think I can quickly use my calculator. You know, these days this calculator is messing us up. We rely too much on it, even on simple things. 28 over this. Now the answer is what? The answer is 7. Difficult? No. You just needed to know. Already I knew I was going to factorize because of experience and practice. So you, when you see such, with a negative or positive between, you know what to do. 1.3, it says if 6 to the power of 7 is equal to x, determine the value of this times this in terms of x without the use of a calculator. So let's come back to that one. What are they saying? They are saying we must find the value of 6 squared times 5 to the power of 3 times 4 to the power of 4 times 3 to the power of 5. So it's like 2, 3, 4, 5. But they've given me a hint. What did they say? They are saying here, I am given that 6 to the power of 7 is equal to x. So let's put that also in mind, that 6 to the power of 7 is equal to what? Is equal to x. So the aim here is to kind of try to find out what are they trying to achieve, and if you can look, I think using your calculator, these two can simplify further, because that 6 there, you can get, if you check 2 times 3, that's my 6, right? To the power of 2, because 6 is what? 2 times 3, and then times 5 to the power of 3 times, now what is 4? It's 2 times 2, remember, which is 2 squared to the power of 4 times 3 to the power of 5. Let's see whether it does make sense. But now don't forget that is power 1 inside, that is power 1 inside. So I can bring it in here so that it will be 2 to the power of 2 times 3 to the power of 2 times 5 to the power of 3 times 2 to the power of 4, because I'm using a to the power of m times n, which is a m times n. Remember the laws of exponents? So hence it's 2 to the power of 1 times 4, it's 4 dot 3 to the power of 5 equal to, let's combine what is common. Look, base is 2, base is 2, base is 2. So what can I write there? It's 2, I must add them now, which is 2, right? Plus, after 2 plus 4 plus 4, am I right? Dot, we continue now with 3. I've got 3 squared, I've got 3, 5. Don't know whether this will work, but let's try it. It's 3 to the power of 2 plus 5. Am I right? And then lastly it's 5 times 5 to the power of 3. Let's add it. 4 plus 4, 8. Then this is 2 to the power of 10. Don't know whether it's gonna work. It's 2 to the power of 10 times 3 to the power of 7 times 5 to the power of 3. Actually here I think I can do this. Okay, let's do this. If I can have from here, let me see, because they gave me a hint. They say 6 to the power of 7. Right? So I need to form 7 here. So in a way, let me see if I can form 7. This is 5. Okay, now look at this. I can try to make 7 from here, because I can use this rule. Look at this rule. I can use this rule. If you give me 2 to the power of 2 times 3 to the power of 2, the same base, this can be same as 2 times 3 to the power of 2. You agree with me? Which is equal to 6 to the power of 2. That's what actually was happening here. So now, with that in mind, I can use the same concept here. Let me just erase here because this didn't work. Now, if I can look at this, because I need to form 7. The aim is to form 7, you know. So if I say 2 will work plus 2 here, and then it will be 6, and then I leave 1 there. Okay, I hope you see what I'm saying. I'm saying if I say 2 to the power of 2, take that one, 2 to the power of 4 times 2 to the power of 1, intentionally here, times 2 to the power of 3. What I did, I split that 4. 4 is 1 plus 3, see? And then I do the same thing, times, you'll see why I'm doing that, 3 to the power of 2, right? And 3 to the power of 2 times 3 to the power of 5. Yes, this is already 2 plus 5, it's 7, you see? And then times in here 5 to the power of 3. I hope it works now. I think it works. Now, this is 2 to the power of, look, 2 plus 4, it's 6 plus 1 is 2 to the power of 7. So I'm gonna take this one and leave that one intentionally. So then I'm gonna take this one also, which is times 3 to the power of 2 plus 5, which is 7. You see where I'm getting it? And then times, I focus on, yes, there it is. I want to use this one. Look at the 3 also remained. Okay, that was a clever one, what they did there, which is 2 to the power of 3 times 5 to the power of 3. Are you with me? So now look at this. There is now, if you've got 7 and 7, I'm able to say 2 times 3 to the power of 7, seeing that, times 2 times 5 to the power of 3. Now, this then becomes 6 to the power of 7 times 10 to the power of 3. But they told us what is 6 to the power of 7. They said it is what? It is x. You remember? That's your 6. So everything was to be in form of that. So times 10 to the power of 3 is 10 times 10, which is 100, times that, which is 1,000. So the answer is 1000x anyway. Okay, that was nice and clever. And I don't know, maybe 4 marks. 3 marks is fair, so that it doesn't, even if you struggle with such, you are not penalized. You know, you can, it's not like you'll get everything correct, but anything that makes you think a lot, leave it out, you come back to it. Look at this one, 1 mark. So for x, I'm not going to do much here, it's just 1 mark. They say x root, let me use red, x root of 16 is equal to 2.